Distinguished leaders, guests, and young creators. Good morning. Welcome to the main site of Touching Civilization Asian Youth Creator Conference to touch civilization and feel the difference of the world. I'm In Zhang, host of China Youth Network. To perceive the beauty of Chinese civilization through exchange and mutual learning between young creators from different countries, deepen their understanding of Chinese civilization, promote mutual knowledge and mutual learning between Chinese and foreign youths, and build a community with a shared future for mankind with the power of youth. The Touching Civilization Asian Youth Creator Conference, hosted by China Youth Daily and undertaken by China Youth Network, is held as scheduled.
下面有请中国青年报社党委常委、副总编辑董石女士上台致辞，有请。
Dear friends, good morning. It's a great pleasure to be here and attend the Touching Civilization Asia Youth Creator Conference. As the organizer of this event, on behalf of China Youth Daily and China Youth Network, I'd like to extend a warm welcome to all the guests and friends who participated in this event. President Xi Jinping once said, if you want to understand China thousands of years ago, go to Xi'an. If you want to understand China 500 years ago, go to Beijing. If you want to understand China 100 years ago, go to Shanghai. However, every city, whether it's a millennium, a century, or a few decades old, has a modern side, and you will see a colorful picture of society in China. Prior to this event, youth creators from various countries went to 5 cities and regions in China to gain a diverse, multi-level, and multidimensional understanding of Chinese civilization through cultural exploration events. In Beijing, to explore the charm of traditional Chinese handicrafts, they experienced intangible cultural heritages such as cloisonne technique, Beijing Palace lantern production, and inner-painted snuff bottles from zero distance. In Guangzhou, they visited the Carbon Neutrality Theme Park, International Biological Island, and the International Guide Dog School to experience scientific and technological innovation services and China's modern urban ecology. In Guizhou, they appreciated the costumes and the traditions of China ethnic minorities by visiting ancient village buildings, learning ethnic songs and dances, and wearing ethnic costumes. In Chengdu, they witnessed the charm of integration of Chinese culture and tourism by dressing up as Bai Suzhen and Xiaoqing to interpret Chinese folklore under Tingcheng Mountain, and enjoying unique services such as ear cleaning and kung fu tea down into the street. In Xi'an, they immersed themselves in the antique historical charm of the capital of 13 dynasties by visiting the historical museum for archaeology and tasting the delicious food passed on for thousands of years. Different regions have their own characteristics in terms of cityscape, natural landscape, history, culture, and social customs. We believe that through this activity, young Asian creators can have a more vivid, three-dimensional, and comprehensive understanding of China. Youth people are the most dynamic and creative group in society. They resonate with the times and are also participating in witnessing the development of the times. At present, short video have become an important way for international audiences to obtain information, and the scale of their audiences and users is growing rapidly. At the same time, a group of foreign creators are active on China's short video platforms, building a new bridge connecting China and the rest of the world.
Featuring micromentation, usefulness, socialization, as well as fashion and life orientation, short videos, which are being spread across borders, ethnic backgrounds and languages, have become an important link for cultural exchange in the new year, providing an important platform for young creators to communicate and learn from each other. In recent years, China Youth Daily and China Youth Network have carried out a series of online activities with novel forms and rich contents around youth cultural communication and exchange, empowering short videos and continuously strengthening all media presentation and interactive communication. Today's event is one of the activities mentioned above. Young creators from Asian countries were invited for cultural exchange and mutual learning with the theme of touching civilization, enhancing understanding and friendship between each other, and stimulating creative inspiration through urban culture exploration, video creation, and conference exchange. Young creators' feedbacks and creations gained from content and experience not only deepened their cognition and understanding of Chinese civilization through emotional resonance, but also promoted the blossoming and harmonious coexistence of different civilizations by allowing young people from all over the world to look at different civilizations from the perspective of mutual appreciation and mutual learning. As we can see, the works from Asian youth in this event are diverse in subject matter, novel in form and unique in perspective, highlighting the youth's strong expression ability, creativity, and positive attitudes towards life. The true meaning of civilizations exchange because of diversity, learn from each other because of exchange, and develop because of mutual learning is vividly illustrated. In the future, China Youth Daily and China Youth Network will further explore and encourage the initiative, enthusiasm, and creativity of young creators under new cultural formats, create high-quality internet products and platforms for cultural exchange between Chinese and foreign youths, and gather the widest range of youth forces for building a community with a shared future for mankind. Finally, I wish the Asian Youth Creator Conference a complete success. Thank you.
让我们把掌声再次送给董总，感谢您的精彩致辞，谢谢。
The report of the 20th National Congress of the Communist Party of China proposed that we should strengthen the influence of Chinese civilization, carry forward the common values of all mankind, and regard promoting the construction of a community with a shared future for mankind as one of the essential requirements of Chinese path to modernization, which points out the direction of common struggle for different countries, nations, and civilizations. After thousands of years of conflict and integration, the Asian Culture Circle has shown profound commonalities and rich personalities. To help more young people understand Chinese culture and Chinese civilization, the Touching Civilization Asian Youth Creator Conference launched a 5-day preliminary cultural exploration activity on the 19th of this month. 30 creators from 14 different countries went to 5 cities in these 5 days to experience the brilliant and diverse Chinese culture. Let's take a look at their harvest along the way through a short video.
2023年11月19日起，触摸文明亚洲青年创作者大会正式开启。为期5天的采风活动，30名中外青年创作者奔赴5个城市，触摸文明。 他们来自亚洲14个国家，近距离感受了北京、西安、成都、广州、贵州等城市的风土人情与文化底蕴。
北京很冷，小伙伴们很暖。
大明宫带我梦回大唐，
怎么能获得一级大熊猫呢？
这里既有传统文化，又有现代文明。
贵州歌声美，衣服美，人更美。
在北京，来自菲律宾和巴基斯坦的小伙子们第一次穿上厚厚的冬衣。 体验精美的宫灯、绒花。来自蒙古和印度的姑娘们亲身体验了传统糕点的制作。在西安，嘹亮的秦腔、宏伟的大明宫，震撼了来自韩国、柬埔寨以及新加坡的女孩。热腾腾的羊肉泡馍。 征服了日本男孩的味蕾。在成都，来自蒙古和日本的女孩子第一次穿上戏服，在青城山下化作端庄秀丽的白娘子与英姿飒爽的小青。 柬埔寨、越南的年轻人，则被萌萌的大熊猫吸引了眼球，流连忘返。在广州，来自巴基斯坦、越南、泰国以及柬埔寨的小伙伴们品尝了广式早茶的人间烟火，亲近了珠江夜景的旖旎繁华，更体验了无人驾驶汽车、碳中和主题园等现代科技。在贵州，来自越南、沙特、印尼的姑娘们穿上苗族传统服饰，品味苗年长桌宴，侗族大歌缓缓唱响，千户苗寨华灯初上，文明跨越了语言，用最质朴的音与色传递喜悦，唤醒地球村民心灵深处的共情。
画笔烟火太难了，
景泰蓝名不虚传，
太开心了，我都舍不得走了，我已经爱上西安了。
这趟去西安大明宫，让我有种梦回大唐的感觉。
我这么爱吃面食，已经被羊肉泡馍征服了。
我来到西安，我更爱中国了。哇！
我在成都熊猫谷看到了大熊猫。
我们去青城山拍了白蛇和青蛇。
我在成都品尝成都美食太辣了。
我在成都种的菜儿很舒服。
我在成都看到的蜀锦真是太美了。
广东的经验太值得我们学习了。
广州太神奇了，我们下次必须得来。
每个民族之间都很和谐，对这里的每个人都非常的亲切。我要再来这里，我想独栋这里。触摸文明，触摸文明，触摸文明，
触摸文明。
亚洲青年创作者大会，我们来了！
掌声送给我们的青年创作者们。的确，一部短片让我们看到了每一站。
How rich and exciting these contents are. Here, let's once again express our gratitude to the support units who are present today and those who are unable to attend. What wonderful trips full of youthful energy. The creators have already started to create their Impression City theme works after their trips. Let's look forward to their stories of realizing dream in Xi'an, night tour along the Pearl River, and under the Qingcheng Mountain. Along the way, the creators deeply touched the Chinese civilization and felt the way it's presented through different careers. As President Xi said, civilization has no distinction in superiority and inferiority, only differences in characteristics and regions. The light of civilization can only shine through exchange and mutual learning, which is also a bridge to exchange friendship among people of all countries. Now let's invite representatives of Asia youth creators who have participated in this event to share with us their gains from this trip, their understandings of civilization and their genuine feelings towards Chinese civilization. Hello everyone, I'm Kim, an international student from South Korea. Today, I'd like to share with you my creation story. I don't know when you first filmed your video works, but my first work was a documentary I filmed in 2016 when I went to Sun Yat-sen University as an exchange student. The film is about an amateur dragon boat team named Making Friends Through Dragon Boats in Panyu District, Guangzhou. At that time, I was considering what kind of subject matter to shoot when I coincidentally heard that they wanted to paddle for the inheritance of traditional Chinese culture. Then I decided to contribute to their inheritance. Thanks to their help, I created my first documentary in life, Descendants of the Dragon. And it was through this opportunity that I experienced the power of filming and the joy of creation. After returning to South Korea, I became a Chinese teacher. In order to spread Chinese culture and teach Chinese in a relaxed and pleasant way, I once again chose to tell about the China I know by shooting. For example, I used vlog to shoot various kinds of Chinese snacks at Dalian Station in Seoul, and filmed the production process of sugar-coated holes on the stick by immersive shooting to let students understand Chinese culture. I also stimulated students' interest in learning Chinese by means of flipped classroom and after-class video teaching, which let me know that creation is also a kind of teaching. Later on, it wasn't until I accidentally saw a video by a young creator named Fang Qi that I deeply realized the significance of creation lies not only in inheritance and teaching. It can also be new cognition, new regulations, and more importantly, resonance with others and courage brought to others. She showed us the most touching scenery in the world through her heartwarming and inspirational writing, as well as her unwavering spirit of challenge. Even the coldest snowy day is described in poetic and picturesque words, making me unconsciously melt into her description. This taught me that creation is also a form of communication. Just as Fang Qi's works are meant to introduce various places in China, I believe that each creator has their own unique themes to showcase their value and goals. My goal is to spread Chinese culture to South Korea, so that more Koreans will fall in love with China and Chinese culture, deepening the friendly relationship between the two countries. This year, I came to China again, and I was lucky enough to be selected for the Asian Youth Creator event. I chose Xi'an as the shooting subject not only because of the antique historical charm of this capital of 13 dynasties, but also because I'd like to taste the delicious Xi'an snacks. And I've always dreamed of shooting a work promoting Hanfu in the background of the Tang Dynasty in Xi'an. More importantly, I desired to convey the ancient Chinese civilization more realistically, accurately, and directly through personal experience. So, I participated in this creative activity with full enthusiasm. I believe that every young creator has the same love for China in their hearts as I do. Finally, I'd just like to say that creation is everywhere and never ends. No creator can succeed without effort. As long as we create with dedication, there will surely be people who will resonate with us. Our works will be the most shining stars of the next era. Thank you. Thank you all.
Dear guests and creators, good morning. I'm Chai Mai from the beautiful country of Vietnam. Today, I feel extremely honored to stand on this stage and share my thoughts and insights with you. As we all know, the reason why Asia is one of the earliest settlements of human beings and an important birthplace of human civilization is that Asia occupies 1/3 of the world's landmass and houses 2/3 of the world's population. With 48 countries and more than 1,000 ethnic groups dotted around. During thousands of years of development, the Asian people have created brilliant achievements of civilization, such as the Book of Songs, the Analytics, the 1001 Nights, and other famous classics, as well as maps, glass, Arabic numerals, papermaking, printing, and other inventions. They are all treasures of human civilization. Civilizations are equal, which is the premise of their exchange and mutual learning. Every creation and invention in the world is the result of human civilization. Through communication and mutual learning, we can enjoy the same civilization, which is the crystallization of human labor and wisdom. From religion to philosophy, from morality to law, from literature to painting, from drama to film, and from cities to rural areas. Asia has formed a wide range of secular rituals, leaving behind exquisite and profound aesthetic treasures. Asian countries connected by mountains and rivers share similar culture and historical backgrounds and dreams. From the perspective of a Vietnamese student studying in Beijing for a period of time, the civilization consciousness between China and Vietnam, whether it is religious culture or ideological concept, has something in common. It can be said that Vietnam has been greatly influenced by Chinese culture. There are many famous doctrines and ideological concepts in China, among which Buddhism, Taoism, and Confucianism have the most profound influence. These seminal ideas are still being studied today, which is of great significance. In addition, Chinese painting, architecture, and sculpture have also deeply penetrated into our Vietnamese culture. So, if you come to Vietnam, you may see some buildings, sculptures, temples, and the forest berries, exuding a bit of Chinese civilization style. However, this impact is not negative, but an opportunity, as these cultural elements have been uniquely integrated into Vietnam's civilization, making it more diverse and colorful. In addition, Vietnamese people mainly used bamboo and wood to record in the past, but since the introduction of Chinese papermaking to Vietnam, bamboo and wood were all replaced by paper. Therefore, all records have been better preserved, contributing to the development of our country. Based on the examples I mentioned above, I believe that we should promote mutual respect and harmonious coexistence among different civilizations, facilitate cultural exchange and mutual learning, favor common social progress and common development of our countries, and make civilization a link for peace among countries around the world. In short, civilizations are enriched by exchange and mutual learning. A few days ago, I had Cantonese morning tea in Guangzhou. I found that Cantonese rice noodle and the glutinous rice chicken are very similar to traditional Vietnamese rice noodle and the glutinous rice chicken. This is probably the most vivid manifestation of the continuous exchange and mutual learning between Vietnamese and Chinese civilizations in the long river of history. The robobars, unmanned minibars on Guangzhou Bay Island, has a strong sense of technology. I heard that there are also unmanned minibars in other cities in China. I believe in the near future, Vietnam will also introduce such a technologically advanced minibars. We also visited the Guangzhou Guide Dog School. In Guangzhou, guide dogs can take visually impaired people on public transportation such as buses, subways, and ride-hailing services smoothly. I heard that Guangzhou have also launched a special guide dog-themed bars, allowing more people to learn about visually impaired people and guide dogs. I deeply feel the humanistic care of Guangzhou for visually impaired people. Besides, we also visited the carbon-neutral theme park in Yuexiu Park, the second-hand trading market that turns waste into consumption and the sustainable goods space, feeling the efforts Guangzhou has made for environmental protection. Environmental protection concepts such as circular economy have been deeply planted in the hearts of Guangzhou people. As a city with history of thousands of years, Guangzhou integrates traditional culture and modern civilization, especially in the field of sustainable development. Guangzhou is a model for other cities to learn from. However, it is a pity that this activity didn't last for a long period. There must be more places worth experiencing in Guangzhou, and if I have another chance in the future, I would like to go to Guangzhou again.
Hello everyone, I come from Cambodia. Cambodia is a country full of miracles, with many buildings that have gone through many vicissitudes, which has amazed the world and earned Cambodia the nickname of Miracle Country. Welcome everyone to Cambodia to experience the unique costumes of Southeast Asia. In the past few years, I used to learn about the civilizations of various countries and regions through television programs. With the rise of social media and short videos as a new form of cultural dissemination, they have become an important way for young people to know and understand various countries. Through short videos, we can also showcase the charm and the combination of our own culture to the world, deepening mutual understanding between people from different civilizations. I have also become an amateur vlogger, documenting what I see and hear through social media. I love doing sports, taking photos and videos, and communicating with others. Through this event, I have also gained a better understanding of China. What I will mainly talk about is how young people from different Asian countries can understand each other better through videos. I think we can showcase our culture and way of life by shooting short videos to introduce our country's customs, cuisines, and tourist attractions in an intuitive way. At the same time, we can invite friends from other countries to participate in the video shooting and jointly show their cultural characteristics, promoting cultural exchange and integration. We can follow and learn from short video creators from other countries. By watching their works, we can understand the differences and the similarities between different countries and broaden our horizons. In addition, we can establish connections with these creators through comments and interactions, and share each other's creative experiences and insights. Meanwhile, we can participate in some cross-border short video competitions and activities. These activities usually invite short video creators from different countries to participate and create with specific themes or formats. Through such activities, we can meet more like-minded friends, explore the techniques and methods of short video creation together, and improve our creative level. I have previously participated in the first China-Cambodia Generation Z through Young Youth Student Vlog Short Video Competition, showcasing the central axis of Beijing, the Drum Tower, Shijingshan, and the Forbidden City that have witnessed the historical changes of Beijing. Finally, this work won the second prize in the competition. The Touching Civilization Asian Youth Creator Conference simultaneously encompasses several aspects that I mentioned above. By participating in this event, I spent a wonderful time in the flower city of Guangzhou with young people from different Asian countries. During these days, we created and filmed videos of different styles and themes based on our understanding of Guangzhou and formed a deep friendship. By participating in this event, young people from different Asian countries can better understand each other's cultures and lifestyles. This not only helps to promote friendship and cooperation among countries, but also provides more possibilities from our future development. Finally, I'd like to say that video creation is very important, as it is one of the most effective ways to spread excellent culture and understand countries around the world. Therefore, we hope that everyone can take active actions to discover beauty with eyes, record beauty with phones, and become promoters of beauty. Let's work together to build a cross-border cultural exchange platform using short videos. Thank you all.
Hello, I'm Yu from Japan. I'm very excited to be a part of this event. It's my first time in Chengdu, and this event has given me a deeper understanding of Chengdu civilization. Having lived in Beijing previously, I realized after this trip that Chengdu and Beijing also have different sides. It was also through the trip that I felt the distinct landscapes, cuisines, and civilizations of China and Japan, even though they are both Asian countries. In China, there's an old saying: people regard food as their prime want. Local dishes reflect a place's civilization. In Chengdu, I tried dishes like ice powder and mapo tofu, which are not commonly found in Japan or even in Beijing. The cuisine opened my eyes to new flavors. Japan has spicy food similar to Sichuan cuisine, and we also eat tofu. However, the experience in Sichuan made me realize the true extent of spiciness in authentic mapo tofu. I think that after arriving in Japan, mapo tofu has been improved to adapt to Chinese eating habits. I believe that just like in cuisine, different civilizations influence each other, but also maintain their uniqueness. Civilizations are dynamic and fluid, and we can understand their true nature across different times and regions only by observing, traveling, and experiencing. Sanhua Troop is strongly recommended by local residents in Chengdu. Sichuan Opera is also a beautiful representation of Sichuan province. The intricate costumes, unique makeup, and every detailed movement in Sichuan opera are truly moving. Sichuan opera's makeup and movements share some similarities with Japan's kabuki, but the costumes in Sichuan opera have distinctive Chinese details. Watching Sichuan opera performances, I was deeply shocked by the depth the actors have conveyed. I've loved Chinese mythology since I was a child, and I have heard the song White Snake under Mount Qingcheng before. So being able to wear the costume of Bai Suzhen and interpret a segment of the White Snake story made me feel incredibly happy. However, for me, experiencing a story through body language is a significant challenge and a valuable experience. During the breaks in the event, I also visited Chengdu People's Park to experience Chinese tea culture. Japanese people also enjoy drinking tea, but the tea drinking experience in Chengdu taught me that China and Japan have different methods of tea appreciation. In Japan, we usually drink powdered tea, while this time I could see whole tea leaves floating in the water as I drank. The teacups used, both in thickness and pattern, were also different. This experience illustrates that, although many Asian countries drink tea, the methods vary. Nevertheless, the act of drinking tea is always accompanied by nice things like friends, tranquility, and delicacy, regardless of the differences in the manifestation of civilization. Finally, I must share that throughout Chengdu, I could see pandas everywhere. People in Japan love pandas, and at the wildlife park in Tokyo, there are times when you have to wait in line for an hour just to see pandas for a few seconds. Pandas in Japan mostly come from China. This time, being able to come to the hometown of pandas was an incredibly exciting experience for someone like me who loves pandas. Even now, it feels like a dream that I saw cute pandas in person. I actually saw so many pandas in the hometown of pandas. In conclusion, Japan and China, both being in Asia, share a common civilization but have their own differences. China, as one of the earliest civilizations in Asia and even in the world, took many seeds of civilization outside China, where they took root and sprouted. Although the flowers might bloom a bit differently, they are all flowers of civilization, which represent the crystallization of wisdom and experience. They are all treasures that each of us could understand and cherish.
Good morning, everyone. I'm from Indonesia and one of the creators of the Guizhou station for this cultural exploration event. Actually, when I was in Indonesia, I was somewhat introverted and didn't dare to speak up. I owe a lot to music for being here today and sharing my story. I enjoy singing very much. After coming to China, I learned Chinese folk songs from the teachers here. Now I can sing many folk songs, such as Jasmine Flower and Pretty Red Flowers. Now let me sing a segment of Pretty Red Flower for you. Isn't this song beautiful? There are many foreign students in our singing class. At first, I didn't take the initiative to speak to them, but later on, during the process of practicing singing together, we gradually became familiar with each other. During the Asian Games held in Hangzhou this year, I recorded the background music of lake and mountain gathering on behalf of Indonesian students. At that time, I met many young people from various Asian countries, each with their own strengths. We chatted together during breaks, so I made a lot of friends. After recording the program in Hangzhou and returning to Beijing, my teacher even said that I laughed more and became more outgoing than before. I also found it unbelievable myself. I'd like to share two stories about my experience in Guizhou. The first story happened in Basha Miao village, Congjiang County, Qiandongnan Miao and Dong Autonomous Prefecture, where we learned the Miao language with the local Miao people. At that time, there was an elderly Miao person sitting next to us, listening to our talks. And in the end, he said he could sing us a Miao song. His voice was strong and powerful, and he looked at us gently. Although I couldn't understand the lyrics, I could feel his kindness and friendliness. Later, a local young people told us that he had just improvised a Miao song to express his welcome to us. I was deeply moved after knowing the story. His voice rose spontaneously, although I couldn't understand the lyrics. I could feel the love from his expression and tone. The second story happened in Xiaohuang village, the hometown of Dong ethnic songs. Dozens of Dong people stood in the drum tower singing Dong songs, imitating the sound of cicadas and frogs. Later on, I found out that the Dong ethnic group had no written language, and their ethnic songs were all passed down by word of mouth. When I asked them when they started learning to sing, they smiled and said, "Since birth." Dong people always sing songs, and singing is a way for them to express their emotions and love for nature and life. Later on, I taught them Indonesian folk songs. Although it was the first time for them to learn, I was still shocked by their emotional and pleasant singing. At that moment, I felt the intangible bridge that music has built between different ethnic civilizations. I've always believed that music is not only a form of art, but also a way for cultural exchange among different countries, regions, and ethnic groups. I think civilization integration appears not just at the level of countries. Arts like music is also an important part of human civilization. Evolving from ancient civilization to modern culture, music can always inspire emotional resonance among humans despite its changing styles. Especially under the background of civilization exchange and mutual learning in today's world, diverse civilizations are blending, innovating, and developing. The integration of Asian and even global civilizations today has provided young people with more opportunities for development. Just like me, I not only opened myself and became more confident in this process, but gradually found a direction for my future development. When I returned to Indonesia after graduation, I may teach Chinese folk songs in Indonesia and become an ambassador for cultural exchanges.
Dear guests and friends, hello, I am Zhou Ming from Huaqiao University. I am from Pakistan, and it is an honor for me to speak here as a representative creator. None of my family can speak Chinese, but they know that China is our friend, so they encourage me to come to China to study, believing that the rapid development of China can realize my dream. Here, my friends affectionately call me Ba Tie. For my first job, I participated in the Silk Road Dream Building, World Youth Dream Building China practice group organized by our school. When I first came to China, I couldn't speak Chinese, and when I made Chinese friends, I could only nod and smile. I met many difficulties at the beginning of my studies. However, the encouragement and the assistance from my teachers and classmates helped me quickly get into the stage and gain growth. In recent years, I have completed the triple jump in China. I am a beneficiary of the Belt and Road Initiative, having received a scholarship from the Chinese government to study in China. Since then, I have been determined to be ambassador of cultural exchange and people-to-people connections of the Belt and Road Initiative. During my freshman year, I went to Chinese villages with my classmates from Thailand, Myanmar, Hong Kong, and other regions of China. I shared with them about Pakistan's ethnic customs, language, and national conditions, and about the China-Pakistan economic corridor with multiple cooperation in energy, transportation, and marine, bringing them the culture of the Belt and Road Initiative. Furthermore, I also followed the practice group to Zhangzhou to learn tea art, traditional Chinese history, and even obtained professional certification as a Chinese culinary chef. These experiences made me feel the beauty of traditional Chinese culture. The cultural exchange and mutual learning have also made me feel one should value not only his own culture, but also the cultures of others, and this will contribute to the flourishing of all cultures. My second job was when I joined the Chinese Spark Chinese Culture Overseas Communication Volunteer Service Group. In school, my partners and I dedicated ourselves to mastering 3 essential skills. That is, speaking fluent Chinese, mastering a Chinese skill, and telling a memorable Chinese story. Our service team has traveled thousands of miles to 59 schools in 36 remote areas across 8 countries along the Belt and Road initiatives. Now we have taught more than 20,000 children. Even during the COVID pandemic, we did not stop the Chinese spark. I collaborated with my overseas classmates through online connections and overcame many difficulties to continue to carry out activities overseas. We taught these children Chinese paper counting, Chinese calligraphy, and Chinese painting through online and offline channels, making them truly become the spark for the spread of Chinese culture overseas. My second jump was when I joined the New Voice Overseas Studio of Huaqiang University Short Video Team. Our team slogan is Be a Vocal Voice in Telling Chinese Stories. From December 2020 to now, our team has completed the shooting and production of more than 400 Chinese and English bilingual videos. For example, during this year's Lantern Festival, I went to Longyan Tulou in southwest Fujian province. In this unique building, we made glutinous rice cakes, performed dragon dances, set off fireworks, and shot the video I celebrate the festival in China. This video allows overseas friends to feel the excitement of the Chinese New Year. In April this year, the 6th Digital China Construction Summit was held in Fuzhou. I came to the summit as the host of Integrate Chinese Digital Development and share Chinese digital process with the world. During the summer vacation, I returned to Pakistan to shoot a series of videos titled Build and Road Initiative, I Lead the Way. I shared a true story about my brother buying jewelry from a store in Yiwu and selling it in Pakistan. Through my personal experience, I told how Pakistan-China trade provides more trade opportunities for Pakistans, helping them understand the Belt and Road Initiative and comprehend China better. In the future, we will continue to strive to spread a credible, lovable, and respectable image of China. Finally, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to the organizers for inviting me to Beijing to participate in the shooting of the Intangible Cultural Heritage Handicraft series. At the art factory, I saw colorful palace lanterns. Lanterns are flashing at night in the east wind like countless flower trees, with fireworks flying like meteor showers. Traditional Chinese culture is as brilliant as Beijing palace lanterns, and the craftsmanship spirit of the inheritors of China's palace lanterns have deeply moved me. My experiences of studying and living in China have created a deep bond between me and this island. In the future, whether I choose to become a Chinese teacher or engage in other Chinese-related jobs upon returning to Pakistan, I will use my actions to let more people know Chinese and understand China.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm from Singapore. I feel extremely honored to speak as a representative of Xi'an's creators and on behalf of my fellow peers. I'm delighted to share my experience in Xi'an. Thanks to Singapore's bilingual education policy, I was raised in an environment steeped in Chinese culture and thus have a strong interest in Chinese history. In recent years, China has promoted the Marching Out project, facilitating the international reach of exceptional Chinese film and television productions. It was through watching these Chinese films that my interest in China deepened, ultimately leading me to pursue my studies here. I'm profoundly honored to participate in this Touching Civilization Asian Youth Creator Conference, which allows me to personally visit Xi'an, delve into China's rich history, and experience the captivating allure of this magnificent Asian capital firsthand. Xi'an has a unique culture and is one of the most important cities in China's history. It has witnessed China's rapid development from the ancient times to the present days. Xi'an has served as the capital for 13 dynasties over a span of more than 1,000 years. This makes Xi'an as one of the most influential cities with the richest cultural heritage in the Chinese history. President Xi Jinping once said, "When you go to Xi'an, you can see China more than 1,000 years in the past." This ancient and historical city deeply attracts me. I want to see its vicissitudes, see her beauty, and see her prosperity. Thus here, I am here. In Xi'an, I visit the Daming Palace, Shanxi History Museum, and Xi'an Museum. I was profoundly moved by the myriad of historical changes spanning thousands of years within this ancient city. They symbolize the rich historical heritage and are a precious part of Chinese historical civilization. What impressed me the most is the Daming Palace 1 to 15 miniature landscape, which truly restores the grandeur of the Tang Dynasty's heyday, allowing me to feel the magnificence of it in the past. Every brick, tile, beam, and structure are purely handicraft, which makes me imagine going back in time, shrinking myself with the help of Doraemon's props, and personally experience the vibrant Tang Dynasty era. Both the Shanxi History Museum and the Xi'an Museum allows me to appreciate the new and the extensive culture of Xi'an. The expressions of the cultural relics in the museum are particularly rich and vivid. While imitating the expressions of them, I couldn't resist the fascinating sensation of a mirror image. I seemed to have become a part of that era, and the relics seemed to come alive in the present. This experience was truly captivating. Singapore is a nation built by immigrants. From the colonial era to its early founding days, numerous individuals migrated to Singapore, including those from the southern part of China, forming the Chinese ethnic group in Singapore. While embracing Western influences, we have also absorbed the influence of Chinese civilization in various aspects such as culture, language, and cuisine. From early trade and cultural exchanges to economic cooperation and talent exchanges in the recent decades, the encounters between Singapore and China are reflected in many aspects. While I live and study here in China, I deeply feel the charm of China's rich historical civilizations. I'm also eagerly anticipating to visit other cities in China and experience the civilizations of different regions. With that, I end my speech. Thank you all.
Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests and dear friends, good morning. I am Yuan Hang, one of the young creators. It's my great honor to share some of my feelings here. During the 5-day immersive experience, shooting and creation process in Chengdu, I observed the customs and felt the warmth, the cultural heritage and civilized character of Chengdu, a millennium ancient city. In my view, civilization is the soul of this city. The city of Chengdu was created by heaven, and the thousands of households here are like in a painted picture. For 3,000 years, the proverbial land of abundance has never stopped its growth. The sedimentation of time has added cultural connotations to Chengdu. Being in the civilized city of Chengdu, my heart is filled with excitement and emotion. Chengdu allows everyone who comes here to feel the warmth and charm of the city and to experience the wonderful stories of cultural exchange. In Chengdu Ancient Shoe Brocade Research Institute, I was deeply attracted by the delicate and gorgeous patterns, rich colors, and exquisite craftsmanship of shoe brocade, with silk threads like waterflow and colors resembling paintings. Shoe brocade weaves not only fabric but also legendary stories, picturesque scenes, as well as countless tales. Hu Guangjun, the director of this institute, who is 74 years old, told me that the ribbons of medals for the 31st Summer Universiade were produced here, not only showcasing the artistic value and the unique charm of shoe brocade to the world, but facilitating cultural exchange. With a history of more than 3,000 years, shoe brocade features a production involving more than 70 processes, Every step of its production requires meticulous care because it represents a pursuit of beauty and excellence in art. Today, shoe brocade has been made into exquisite clothing, shoes, hats, creative products, and bedding entering ordinary households. As a trio of Chinese craftsmanship and a link in cultural exchange, shoe brocade has been listed on the UNESCO Intangible Cultural Heritage list since 2010. Over thousands of years, shoe brocade has facilitated civilization dialogues along the Silk Road, uncovering the unique value of traditional handicraft to the world with its unique charm. In my perspective, the view of the youth is a lively note for telling civilized stories. Why should the youths touch civilization and spread it? As the cornerstones of building a better and harmonious world, civilization is not a distinct story. It is traceable and vivid. The uses are full of creativity, enthusiasm, and mobility. In the process of touching and spreading civilization, they illuminate the path of understanding, tolerance, and harmony like stars. The uses are not only storytellers of civilization, but also drivers of civilization progress and builders of a better world. With a fresh perspective and innovative expressions, the uses make the recording and dissemination of civilization more vibrant, vividly displaying the diversity of human civilization. The dialogue and communication among the uses enable civilizations to transcend mountains and seas, time and space, to join hands intimately, and to add more possibilities and hope to the world. At present, new media is not only a technological miracle, but also a magic brush for cultural integration, creating infinite opportunities for communication among different civilizations. The uses should embrace the trends of innovation and change, portraying the depths of history and the vastness of civilization in a more comprehensive, three-dimensional, and vivid way. By transforming the stories of civilization into captivating audiovisual feasts, the uses may inject new life into every historical period and every civilization. In fact, civilization is like a seed. Once sown, it takes root and sprouts in the depths of the soul, constantly growing and never ceasing. Civilization is also a beam of light that never extinguishes, forever illuminating our journey forward. Friends, let's use our words to express, use our lenses to record, and together tell the beautiful stories of civilization. Thank you all.
Hello everyone. I come from Vietnam. I'm 22 years old. Time flies, and in the blink of an eye, a year is about to pass. How has your year been? How did you create unforgettable memories during this time? My year has been particularly exciting, fulfilling, and interesting. I hope yours have been just as amazing without any regret. 3 days ago, on November 26th, it was the first anniversary of my visit to China. A year ago, I was just a girl from Vietnam studying Chinese and aspiring to get into a university. Through persistent efforts, step by step, I earned a scholarship to study in China, becoming a Vietnamese student studying here. In this past year, I've met friends from all over the world, and together we've studied, progressed, and explored many places in Beijing. Moreover, I've been fortunate to visit many cities in China, experiencing different lifestyles and natural nuances. For instance, there was Tianjin with its distinctive modern imprint and architectural charm, Chengdu with its beautiful natural scenery and deep-rooted imperial gardens, and the recent trip to Guizhou. All of these have become the most beautiful memories in my heart. Among them, what left the deepest impression on me was the trip in Guizhou. Within those 5 days, I not only experienced the cultural characteristics of Guizhou, but also learned a lot about the cultural customs of ethnic minority areas in China that I had never experienced before. I wore the traditional costume of the Miao ethnic group, walked through the stilt houses in Miao villages, tasted Guizhou's distinctive cuisine, learned about Miao medicine, and experienced Yao bathing. Speaking of this, let me first share the chance of documenting my life in China with short videos. Actually, before coming to China, I knew nothing about shooting and editing videos. Each time I visit a place, I simply took a few photos and uploaded them to Facebook or Instagram, which was a bit boring. But since I come to China, as it's my first time studying abroad, I started wanting to capture every place I visited into short videos and then edit and upload them to social media. On one hand, I wanted to share with my family and friends so that they could see how my life abroad is. And on the other hand, I wanted more young people like me to have a deeper understanding of China. I wanted them to know what studying abroad in China is like. So, my first YouTube account was born. Many people told me that becoming a popular YouTuber is quite hard nowadays, but I didn't think too much about it. I applied for this account purely to share some fragments of my life abroad, so whether it becomes popular or not, or whether I have many fans or not, is not important to me. What's important is that in the future, when I return home, whenever I watched these videos, I can reminisce about my time in China and recall the feelings I had here. To get back on track, why do I have such a deep impression of Guizhou? There are many reasons. Firstly, it's the first time I've been to such a remote place in China since I came here. Secondly, although my country Vietnam also has many ethnic minorities, I've never been to those places. So when I learned that Guizhou is home to many ethnic minorities in China, I was full of expectations for this trip. In Guizhou, I tasted local specialties such as sour soup fish and smoked fish and curd meat, and even challenged myself to try Hautuwania Codat, which I heard many Chinese were reluctant to eat. I wore the traditional clothing of the Miao ethnic group and participated in the local Guzang festival activities. It was the first time in my life that I saw such beautiful and dazzling costumes. The patterns on the skirt, the classical color, and the silver headdress made me feel the Miao people's love for future and life, as well as the inheritance of a millennium or civilization. In Guizhou, I felt the tranquility brought by nature, which was completely different from the feeling I had in the busy cities. I recorded that all in videos, hoping to convey my feelings to Guizhou to everyone who watches my videos. Nowadays, many young people are stuck in their studies or works, completely neglecting their mental well-being. The ideal life for young people, in my opinion, is to add different life experience, explore lifestyles and civilizations in different countries and regions, and then use these experiences to embellish your own life. While you are young, you can just go out and see the world to broaden your horizons. You may find that the people and things you are encountering now will bring you valuable lessons. After all, learning is a lifelong endeavor. It shouldn't be confined to classrooms. We can also enrich our lives through different mode of learning. This is one of the reasons why I'm still updating YouTube. I want everyone to see the real lives of young people like us. We are curious, sincere, and fearless. We accept all new things and affirm our ideals as we move forward. Live tomorrow like it is the end of the world. Although this statement may seem a bit extreme, young friends, don't hesitate anymore and do what you want to do. Read 10,000 books, travel 10,000 miles. Let's touch different civilizations together and feel the beauty left by time. Thank you all.
Hello everyone, I'm Rania from Saudi Arabia. I went to Guizhou for this activity. I have a deep connection with China. In 2008, due to my father's work, I came to China for the first time and lived in Xiamen. At that time, almost no one spoke Chinese in Saudi Arabia, and there were not many people who could speak Arabic in Xiamen. It is also not convenient for me to communicate in English when I'm in China, so I started learning Chinese for better communication with local people. However, my understanding of learning Chinese was limited to the language itself, and I saw it as a mere means of communication. My life in China was quite colorful, and I've made many friends from China and other countries. Chinese culture was not strange to us then, so every time I went back, my friends would ask me about China. In 2022, China and Saudi Arabia signed a comprehensive strategic partnership agreement, promoting the joint construction of China's Belt and Road Initiative and Saudi Arabia's Vision 2030. My country, Saudi Arabia, began to introduce Chinese classes in all schools, first in universities, then in high schools, and later in all schools, and recently included Chinese as a second official foreign language in the middle school curriculum. At that time, I happened to be in Saudi Arabia, and because I had studied Chinese, I was recruited to work as a Chinese teacher in the university. The students I'm facing this time are Generation Z youth. Different from my generation, they are very curious about the world. When I told them about what I had seen and heard in China, they were very interested. And when they saw short videos about China on social media, they would come and ask me if it was the case. I'm also happy to see that more and more girls in our country are willing to go out to other countries and experience different cultures. Later, I realized that mastering a language itself is not enough. Language is actually the carrier of a country's civilization. To master a foreign language well, we must have a deep understanding of the civilization of the country. And only by understanding the civilization of a country can we better communicate with this language. So I came to China again to learn more about China. This time, I went to many ethnic minority areas in Guizhou, and for the first time, I learned about so many ethnic minorities in China. I met the hospitable Miao people dressed in Miao costumes and performed Lushen dance with them. I heard the Dong chorus and learned to sing their songs. I also entered the mysterious Yao ethnic area, overlooking the Yao village built in bamboo forest. Everywhere I went, the locals spoke their own language. I learned that the Miao alone has more than 80 branches, each with its own language and customs. It's amazing that some ethnic groups have their own language, but no writing. And I'm very curious about how they remember these words. If there is a chance, I will definitely come to Guizhou to explore it again. Next year, I will finish my graduate program in China and return to Saudi Arabia to teach Chinese. Now, the Saudi Ministry of Education has been promoting the universal learning of Chinese in Saudi Arabia, attaching great importance to the exchange and cooperation with China. With the implementation of the Vision 2030, Saudi Arabia is becoming increasingly open and inclusive. As I know, China has a variety show filmed in Saudi Arabia this year, and after the show goes off the air, I think more Chinese will be attracted by Saudi Arabia and will have a travel in my hometown. Welcome to visit my country. Thank you.
A pleasant morning to everyone. My name is Kent Reynaldo, a 22-year-old student from the Philippines, studying at Hua Chao University, currently embracing a world of new linguistic and cultural adventures here in China. Today, I would like to share with everybody a journey. It is a journey of me stepping out of my comfort zone, out from the shadows to light, of embracing risks, uncertainties, and discovering unexpected joys in the heart of China. We're all risk-averse creatures, aren't we? For a long time, that was me. being cocooned in my own little world, bombarded by a lot of what ifs. What if I fail? What if I can't do it? What if I just embarrass myself? What if this journey isn't meant for me? Fighting yourself for your own freedom is difficult beyond imagination. And as I transitioned to college here in China, everything was unfamiliar. The environment, the people, the food, and even the challenges that seems to be insurmountable. It was here that I faced the risk of mediocrity once again. But then a door opened, an opportunity came. I was invited to become a young content creator, crafting videos showcasing the mesmerizing beauty of China. The task was daunting, I admit. That's why I got a little bit of hesitation. But then, the Chinese characters, the tones, those are just, seems like an unconquerable challenge. But then, a door opened, an opportunity came. I was invited to become a young content creator. And then, it was really a experience of such a mind to immerse myself to the cultures it embodies, to understand its nuances, and to embrace its people. And so with a renewed courage, I embarked on this journey, ready to face the challenges ahead. And just like as I've said, my senior invited me to become a young content creator. I create videos about the beauty of China as part of the new Voice Overseas studio from Huaqiao University. And in addition, I've also become a live streaming sales host on Facebook, helping to sell the specialties like the changpu like the lychees in Changpu and the loquats in Yunxiao. And so I have walked into the beautiful countryside of China and perceived a new formats of digital development in rural areas. And among them, after the video of the loquats becoming the golden fruit to revitalization, and the students experiencing the rural areas in China, some Chinese from abroad commented on that video and said that this video evokes the memory of their hometown, and that they really wanted to go back home because maybe they really missed their specialties, right? And foreign friends, on the other hand, also commented on that video and said that they've learned a lot and that there's a lot of delicious foods in China that they don't have in their own country. Just like the loquats, we don't have that in the Philippines. Well, maybe there is, but I haven't tried it there. So, like me, they're also very curious about the taste of that loquats. Encountering China, discovering myself, I stepped out of my shell, traveling across China from bustling cities to tranquil villages. Each place had a story to tell. Each culture has a very unique essence to unveil. I remember my time in Yunnan when I tried this crispy cultivated worm. It is a delicacy that seems to be bizarre. Maybe because it's a worm, right? You know what I'm saying? I mean, have you tried eating a worm? I mean, psychologically speaking, it is kind of disgusting or gross. But it turns out to be a very delightful snack. It is actually kind of like a chips, and I liked it. It is indeed an unexpected turn or twist in my culinary adventures out there. And so you see, I've tried this new attempt. I filmed a One Belt Road program and diversity of civilizations. And so I started filming this, which has the title of The International Students Entering the Honey Terraced Field. And there I see a very wonderful terraces and an amazing Aztec cultures. And with that, I would like to appeal to friends of all ages to protect the human diversity together and the human civilization. Fortunately, we've received a reply or a message from Director General the Director General of the UNESCO World Heritage Center, representing Director General Audrey Azoulay. The letter was written in this way. Let me just read it for you guys. During the visit activity of the International Youth Travel in China, Hongkong, young people from all over the world had a deeper understanding of the outstanding universal values embodied in the cultural landscape of the Hani terraced fields, and had a deeper understanding of the concept of promoting the sustainable development, the idea of the harmonious coexistence between man and nature. And at the same time, Asoma encouraged each and every one of us to participate in these cultural exchanges and cultural diversity in promoting peace and maintaining peace. Yeah. And so, through these experiences, I have realized that encountering China was not just discovering a country. It is discovering myself, my potential. You see, I'm not just a student, nor a content creator. I am a storyteller, a bridge between cultures, a living testament to the power of stepping out of your comfort zone. I am now standing proudly in front of you, enjoying every travels I had, and I will have on this unfathomable nation, expanding my horizon about China, craving to know more, experience more, equipping myself with the best experiences I had, and I will have of this lovely nation. I have no regrets. And for those who are young content creators and want to be one someday, just a piece of advice. Don't cocoon yourself the way I do before. Don't hold yourself back. Let the spirit within you expand and express its wings in this world, because we are now in the globalizing world where sharing is caring. That is all. 谢谢大家.
Civilizations exchange because of diversity, learn from each other because of exchanges, and develop because of mutual learning. As the most energetic and creative group, youth people are not only the narrators of civilization stories, but also promoters of civilization progress and the builders of a better world. Just as the creators said, tolerance stems from mutual understanding. Mutual learning entails openness, and love breeds deep understanding. Let's touch civilization together, move forward hand in hand, and let the light of the civilization conversation convergency shine into the future. This conference has come to an end. Thanks again to all the attending guests and creators.